Welcome back, warriors. Today is not just another video. Today is the day you choose to shift your mindset. Because what you're about to hear, it's not just motivation. It's a wake-up call. Nothing in life will happen just because you think about it. Nothing will change just because you hope for it. You have to act. You have to try. At least once. At least today. Maybe you're not the smartest person in the room. Maybe you're not the most beautiful or the richest or the fastest. Maybe you're not the most talented. But none of that matters. Because if you're disciplined, you're dangerous. Discipline makes you unstoppable. Discipline beats talent. It builds habits. It creates warriors, and warriors win the battle even when they're tired, scared, or broken. So today we go deep. Today, you're going to learn powerful, life-changing truths about self-discipline. And while you listen, your English will grow stronger too. New words, better sentence structure, real-world expressions, and listening practice. This is all in one. Growth. So take a deep breath. Let's begin. Self-discipline means keeping the promises you made to yourself. It's not about being strong every second. It's about being honest. If you say, "Tomorrow, I'll wake up at 6 a.m., you do it. Not because it's fun, not because it's easy, but because you made a promise to you. Even if it's raining, even if you're tired, even if it's your birthday, you said it, so you do it. That's discipline. Imagine this. You have a goal to work out every morning. One day the alarm goes off. It's cold, it's dark, you feel like staying in bed, and then you whisper to yourself, "No, I promised me. I'm not quitting on myself." And you get up. That tiny moment. That small win over yourself. That's where your future is born. Cristiano Ronaldo once said, "Of course, I don't always feel like training, but I fight that feeling." That's the difference between a champion and a dreamer. Now, listen closely. Most people lose discipline not because they're lazy, but because they're focused on the wrong time zone. They live either in the past or in the future. They think about who hurt them, how many times they've failed. Or they get stuck worrying. What if I fail again? What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't make it? But real discipline only lives in one place. The present. Right now. This second. This is your battlefield. What can you do right now to move 1 inch forward? Can you go for a short walk? Can you open the book and read 1 page? Can you stop scrolling just for a few minutes? Then do it. Discipline isn't about doing everything. It's about doing something. Something right now. And when you do that every single day, your life begins to change. Here's a hard truth. The pain of discipline is always better than the pain of regret. Let that settle in your bones. You can choose the pain of pushing through the workout or the pain of looking in the mirror and not liking what you see. You can choose the pain of studying or the pain of failing. You can choose the pain of saying no to distractions, or the pain of wasting years of your life. You stay up late, watch, One more episode. You sleep at 2 a.m. You wake up tired, miss your goals. Then you say it, I should have gone to bed early. That's regret. And it cuts deep. But it's avoidable. Now imagine instead, you stop the video, sleep early, wake up fresh, hit the gym, read your book, finish your goals. You feel proud. That feeling? That's discipline. That's self-respect. That's priceless. Sometimes discipline isn't about what you start doing. It's about what you stop doing. And that requires one powerful word, no. Learn to say no, even when it's hard. Say no to things that don't build you. Say no to people who don't support your growth. Say no to gossip, to endless scrolling, to meaningless distractions. Saying no is not rude. It's self-respect. It's saying, I value my energy. I protect my time. When someone invites you to a random party that doesn't align with your goals, say no. When your phone keeps pulling your attention but your dream needs your focus, say no. Because every time you say yes to something pointless, you're saying no to something powerful. And yes, people might say, you've changed. And guess what? They're right. You're building a life they can't even imagine. Remember this, strong people don't do everything. They do the right things. Discipline is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters and ignoring what doesn't. Don't apologize for saying no. You're not being rude. You're being real. And here's something nobody talks about enough. Don't tell everyone your goals. Let your success speak. In this world, everyone's rushing to post, announce, share. You say, I'm going to wake up early. And before doing it even once, you're already telling the world. But discipline doesn't need attention. It needs silence. Don't say, I'll study 3 hours a day. Just study. Don't say, I'm focusing on my career. Just focus. Let your actions make the noise. Talking about goals gives you a fake feeling of achievement. You feel good for saying it, so you stop doing it. But when you stay silent, you protect the process. It becomes sacred. Think of a tree growing roots underground. Nobody sees it, but something powerful is happening beneath the surface. That's what real growth looks like. Quiet, steady, deep. And when your results bloom, people will say, how did you do that? And you'll smile, because only you know the war you fought in silence. Discipline is not for applause. It's for alignment. Be loyal to your dream, not to attention. Now here's where people fall. They want results fast. They want the money, the fame, the body, the praise. And when it doesn't come in a week, they quit. But real discipline is falling in love with the process. Like a child who paints not to win, but because it brings joy. When you clean your room, clean it like it's your temple. When you study, study, like the knowledge is gold. When you work, work like it's your art. Stop chasing rewards. Start enjoying the process. The process is the reward. You don't need applause. You don't need competition. You just need to show up, fully, honestly, every day. Because when you love the process, you don't need motivation. You become unstoppable. Here's something that'll shock you. Discipline is 1% motivation and 99% action. If you wait to feel motivated, you'll never start. People say, I'll go to the gym when I feel ready. I'll study when I feel inspired. No, motivation is a spark. It burns bright, then it dies. Discipline is a fire you build brick by brick. Ask any champion. Most days they didn't feel like doing it, but they did it anyway. Discipline is when you show up without a mood. Discipline is when you act without a feeling. It's when you say, I don't care how I feel. I care what I promised. You don't brush your teeth only when you're motivated. You don't go to work only when you're in the mood. You do it because it matters. Now treat your dream the same way. Next, grow every single day. Discipline isn't just about routines and willpower. It's about growth. If you live every day the same way, think the same thoughts, do the same things, you're not disciplined. You're just stuck. Real. Discipline is the decision to evolve. Every day, learn something new, even if it's small. One new word, one new perspective, one new lesson, because learning keeps you alive. It keeps your fire burning. It keeps you hungry. You don't need a fancy degree. You need curiosity and consistency. Every night, ask yourself, what did I learn today? And if the answer is nothing, wake up tomorrow and change your life. Because even slow growth, even quiet growth, that's still growth. And one day, it will explode into something massive. Knowledge is freedom. And discipline is the key that unlocks it. Finally, for today, this truth can rewrite your life. Make decisions based on your future self, not your current mood. Most people sabotage themselves because they make decisions based on how they feel. Right now, you might feel tired, bored, lazy, scared. But what about the version of you you're trying to build? That version of you doesn't want comfort. That version wants progress. So every time you choose, ask, will this help future me? That's discipline. Choosing your future over your feelings. Choosing pain now over regret later. Choosing growth over comfort. When you say, yes, I'm exhausted, but I will still show up, you win. When you say, yes, I'm scared, but I won't quit, you win. When you say, no, I don't see results yet, but I'm building something, you win. Every small choice is a brick in the house of your future. So act like the person you want to become and keep building. And that's the truth about self-discipline. It begins in small, quiet moments, not in applause, not in ease, but in the decision to take responsibility for your own life. You have an old book? Read it. You have a body? Move it. You have pain? Turn it into power. Because here's the truth. You don't need a perfect start. You just need a strong heart. Think of the people you admire. They didn't wait for the right day. They built their future with one broken brick at a time. They didn't let their excuses sound smarter than their dreams. And neither should you. Stop saying, "I'll do it later," because later becomes never. Say instead, "I'll do what I can now." That is discipline, not perfection, but persistent action, even when the world isn't ideal. And trust this, when you start with less, your success becomes even more powerful. Set rules for yourself. Like their law, discipline becomes easier when you create boundaries for yourself. The problem? Most people live without rules. They just react to life. They don't direct it. Here's the key. Make your own rules. Write them down. Respect them. Follow them like they're unbreakable laws. I don't eat after 9 p.m. I don't check social media until after my work is done. I write down my goals before bed. I don't go to sleep unless I've completed my task. These rules are not for the world. They're for you. And every time you follow your own rules, your mind whispers, "I trust you now." You're serious. That trust becomes confidence. That confidence becomes momentum. And that momentum, it becomes unstoppable power. Break your own rules, and you break that trust. Your mind starts to doubt you. So don't just write goals, write rules. Live by them. Even 5 personal rules can transform your life. Discipline is not just about action, it's about alignment. Make your actions match your vision. Replace "I can't" with "I must." Let's get honest. Most people are slaves to their language. They say, "I can't wake up early. I can't focus. I can't stop scrolling." And then they live according to those limits. But try saying this instead. "I must wake up early. I must control my mind. I must change my life." Not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because the future demands it. "I can't" is an excuse. "I must" is a command. Let that sink in. Your mind listens to your words more than anything else. When you say "I must," your brain prepares for battle. Your body stands up. Your spirit awakens. Talk to yourself like a champion, not a victim, not a quitter. Say it. "I must become disciplined because my future depends on it." When your words change, your actions change. And when your actions change, so does your entire life. Admit your mistakes, but don't sit in shame. One of the greatest signs of discipline. You admit when you mess up. Not because you're weak, because you're strong enough to face your truth. Most people run from mistakes. They hide. They blame others. But discipline begins the moment you say, "This was my fault, and I will fix it." It's easy to look strong by pretending to be perfect. But real strength is saying, "I made a mistake, but I will not stop here." Past doesn't disqualify you. Denial does. The longer you lie to yourself, the longer you stay stuck. But the moment you say, I was lazy, I broke my word, I let myself down, you take your power back. Why? Because now you're no longer hiding in the dark. You're stepping into the light. And once you're in the light, you can grow. Say it. I will not live in this mistake. I will rise from it. People who keep walking after falling, they're the ones who eventually fly. 15. Follow your routine, especially when you don't feel like it. Discipline doesn't show its true power when you're motivated. It shows up when you're exhausted, frustrated, empty. That's the battlefield. That's where warriors are made. A weak person says, "Not today." A strong one whispers, "It's hard, but I promised myself." Your routine is your training ground. Every time you follow it, you rebuild your mind like a muscle, stronger under pressure. Yes, you'll get tired. Yes, you'll want to quit. But every time you show up despite your mood, you are saying, I control my life, not my laziness, not my weakness. That's how empires are built. Not in moments of excitement, but in moments of quiet, gritty discipline. Wake up when you said you would. Read what you promised. Eat what fuels you. Do the boring thing, the hard thing, the lonely thing. Because self-respect is born in routine. People want confidence, but confidence is created through consistency. So follow your routine every day. That's where your transformation lives. Stop escaping your thoughts. We live in a world addicted to noise. Music, phones, scrolling, anything to avoid silence. But discipline requires the opposite. You must sit with your thoughts. You must learn to hear your mind. Why? Because in silence, truth speaks. You'll hear your pain, your patterns, your excuses. You'll understand why you quit, why you repeat cycles, why you sabotage yourself. Most people never grow because they never slow down enough to listen. But when you choose silence, even 10 minutes a day, you stop running from your truth. You begin to observe. You begin to wake up. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But when you sit with it, you realize you are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the driver, the soul. And when you reach that awareness, discipline becomes natural, because silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. 7. Delay rewards and become dangerous. Here's a secret. Discipline is the art of waiting. We live in a world of fast food, fast fame, fast comfort. But the disciplined mind says, not now. I will build. I will earn it slowly. That's the trait of every master. Anyone can chase pleasure. Few can build greatness. You eat junk food, feel good now, suffer later. You skip work, relax now, pay later. But when you delay pleasure, you gain power. While others chase quick highs, you're building lasting success. You don't need instant approval. You're focused on long-term freedom. You're a builder, a calm warrior. And your ability to wait, that's your superpower. So next time you want to quit or rush, remind yourself, greatness doesn't rush, and neither will I. 18. Walk your path. Even if no one understands, discipline is often lonely. Not everyone will clap for you. Friends may call you boring. Family might not get it. People may mock your silence, your seriousness, but they don't need to understand. You need to stay committed. You're not here to be liked. You're here to evolve. Yes, evolution is lonely, but it's worth it. Let them laugh. Let them live in their comfort zones. You're building something sacred. You're rising when no one's watching. You're sacrificing when no one's clapping. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you legendary. You'll lose people. You'll outgrow them. But you'll gain a life that feels aligned, honest, yours. So keep walking, even if it's alone. One day, they'll ask how you did it, and you'll smile. Because while they watched, you walked. 9. Protect your energy. Like gold people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they waste energy on the wrong things. Arguments, distractions, pleasing everyone. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you say no to your future. Ask yourself, is this adding to my life or subtracting from it? Discipline is not just managing time, it's managing focus, managing energy. Not everyone deserves your attention. Not every message needs a reply. Not every invitation deserves a yes. Your energy is your currency. Spend it on what builds your future, not what slowly destroys it. So if you want to grow, stop feeding distractions. Start guarding your peace, because the more energy you protect, the more power you'll have to create. And creation, that's the heart of discipline. Have faith in yourself. Loudly. This is the final step, the glue that holds it all together. Because without it, no routine, no habit, no discipline will last. You must, with every cell in your body, believe you are worth it, even if others don't. Even if you failed 100 times, you must be the one who whispers, I still believe in me. Without self-belief, the journey will always feel impossible. But when you love yourself out loud, when you tell the mirror, I am not broken, I am becoming, everything changes. You stop begging others to see your worth because you finally see it yourself. Yes, it's hard. Yes, the world will test you. But even on your worst day, look at yourself and say, I may not be there yet. But I'm not who I was yesterday. That's progress. That's power. That's purpose. Your faith in yourself becomes your fuel. Your love becomes your armor. Your thoughts become your bridge. And that's how transformation begins. Now a final word to you. Yes, you. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. You've spent years waiting for motivation, waiting for life to get easier. But you don't need easy. You need truth. And the truth is, you already have everything you need inside you. Every step you just heard, every word, was written for the fighter in you, for the version of you who's tired of surviving and ready to live boldly. This is not just another motivational video. This is a mirror. This is your wake-up call. So if this moved you, if even one line made your heart race, then don't stop here. Subscribe to our channel. Not just to learn English, but to become the strongest, clearest, most powerful version of yourself. Here, at Mindset English, we don't just teach language, we teach life, discipline, belief, and becoming unbreakable. Your journey starts now, and we are walking it with you. Start, rise, and never, ever give up. Your future self is already cheering for you. Don't let them down. Let's go. If you like, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. See you in next video.